volunteer leaders, you are the crown jewel of Young Life, and we have this evening to celebrate you, to thank you, and then to commission you to keep going to reaching more kids for Jesus this semester.
And in Young Life, that's one of the most important things to us. We call it one-on-ones. And to me, that's what the Randy Storms Memorial is all about, is reminding us that the importance of hanging out with kids one-on-one and asking them what they think about Jesus in their own lives.
What he meant for me was he was a living example of how to carry on a human relationship with another human being. That was at its core what he did for me. And it was all centered in love, and because of that, being focused in the love and the relationship, it opened up an avenue for me to hear the valuable story of Christ, and start to become interested in hearing more directly and acutely how a relationship with Christ could impact this brokenness that I was in the midst of. I watch leaders today at high schools, and the single most important element that I see is their presence, and that's it. The second thing that I could see from leaders and what I saw from Randy, and his gift was his ability to listen. I think if you're there and you're simply listening, you don't have to open your mouth. There's something happening. There's a connection. The Lord's doing something. And I think he understood he had this innate gift. And my guess is that he understood that all he needed to be was present, and he needed to listen. And if he would simply do those things, the Lord would do the rest.
So not being raised in a Christian home, not having any religious experiences, experiencing a lot of brokenness in my life. And by the time I had reached high school, I was pretty much the Hot Mess Express, trying to fill that God hole with everything, which just only produced more pain. And so just the faithfulness of God to put Randy Storms and to call him to enter into Southeast High School. It's one of the sweetest gifts that God gave me, to place him in my life when there was such turmoil and such chaos. I knew nothing about Young Life. I knew nothing about Jesus, but it was the relational aspect that I had never experienced, that true one-on-one. And that started right there. The first day he asked my name in the hallway. After that, like every day, just him being there at lunchtime and speaking my name, hey Jen, whatever, you don't realize how impactful knowing somebody's name is. It was truly just the presence of God that was on him. I couldn't have ever said that then. I didn't know what it was, but now I know what it is. And it's literally just that unconditional love, and just his consistency too. He was just always, he was truly in such an unstable part and season of my life, he was the most stable thing that I had. The other thing is, I didn't give my life to Jesus in high school. He sowed into me relationally and spiritually for 3 years and saw zero fruit in my life, which the Lord would use when he called me into ministry, and I would get really frustrated with people who just didn't seem to get it, and he would so gently and sweetly remind me of my relationship with Randy and all of those seeds that he planted and never saw fruit. So I actually gave my life to the Lord in college, but it was those seeds that were planted all those years ago. The importance of the face-to-face, I don't think it could be any more valuable than today, when with all the things We can seem so distracted or, think we're connecting, but there is something so powerful about the one-on-ones and sitting across the table. There's something so powerful about, especially food, you think and you look in the Word, all these different amazing miracles and things that would take place during the Lord's Supper, the feeding of the 5,000, Psalm 23, you prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemy. Like, there's something about the table that I think there's just something there about breaking bread together. And it's just the table, just coming to the table. That is so powerful, and Randy obviously knew that because that's where we always were. You can't, you can go to clubs, you can get great messages, you can listen, but it's the one-on-ones where you feel like valued, you feel heard, you feel important. Like, who would want to take out a high school kid and you're an adult? What's the, but it quickly, the presence of God would come and you would just find yourself telling this person these things that you're like, wow, I've never told anybody those things, but it's the presence of God.
We call this the Randy Storms Memorial Party because Randy was the picture of a volunteer leader and the impact that a leader can have over 25 years of serving. The impact he left in the Wichita community will last for generations to come. And we want to remind ourselves, remind you, that didn't happen at club, that didn't happen at camp, but that happened in the one-on-one, hanging out, having breakfast, having coffee, having lunch with kids. You can impress somebody from a distance, but you can only impact them up close. And we want to encourage you to do anything that you can to spend time one-on-one with kids. And if there's any barrier for you to spend times with kids one-on-one, we want to remove that and encourage you to make the impact the way that Randy did.